As a places we're working to build that community to allow for discussion about providing specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. We're going to go through now some of the ones that are going out for steel testing. So this is going to be the Artisan Zumwalt. So either that's going to be like a name, like somebody that lived by the forest, or there's also a destroyer by that name. So I don't know which one it is. The knives that are going to be going out for steel testing is going to be this knife here in D2. So that's going to be the Statgear Ossus. That one's going to be going out for steel testing. One that was from Birdshot IV. I forgot if it was Shot Show or no, Blade Show, but I bought that for $50. And they gave me another one and like a picture, but I'm actually going to open that. So I'm kind of sad about that. This is like 2015 or what was it on it? 2015 is when that came out. Somebody opening that, deciding on what type of steel that is. LA Police Gear. This one's going to be going out. This is supposedly S35 VN. Another Ozark Trail that you can still get. So we'll see what type of steel that is. And then we also do have one from Bastion. This is the Falcon. So all these are going to be going out. So listed D2, unknown, S35VN, unknown, and also this one's in D2. So those are all the ones that's going to go for steel testing. If you have anything that you would like to see as far as going out for steel test, let me know. Also, if you would like to send your own blade out, contact me for that as well. And then we can work through that and get that sent out. If you would not want it to be Rockwell tested, we're just going to add that little indentation, which is really hard to see, then could probably forego that. And then we also had some other Walmart ones. So these are the knives I picked up from Walmart, the Ozark Trails. I took time to actually check on the actual liner lock as far as where it was locking up. And so it was anywhere from 30 to 110 as far as that lockup. So I picked all these up. I'm not satisfied with any of them. They're really, I like kind of the styling for it, but when getting it in hand, they're just, probably this one's going to be the best one for the camo clip knife with a little pit out. Still not great. This one was okay, and then just the lock bar was really hard to work with, so there's not really a cutout. So if you have like a Rat 2, there's a little bit of cutout for that liner lock, so you can actually push over. That one was a little bit hard to do, and yeah, that's okay. So, and it also went up like 25% for those Ozark Trail knives, so it's not 388, it's like 498, something similar to that. So we're going to go into this knife here. So this is going to be the Artisan Cutlery Zumwalt in G10, and this is also a D2 listed blade. And as is D2, now so we're going to look at the different parts of it. So you have corrosion resistance, and then you can see on the chart here. And then you're going to have something that's hardness. So that's where it's not going to have you can have something that's really hard, but it's not going to have a lot of good impact resistance for that. You're going to have wear resistance, and then you're going to have edge retention, which is kind of the combination of that. So how long is it going to take to actually have a usable edge for your knife? So those are some of the things to look at across that board. But D2, I think most people that you talk to would recommend it as an opening price point type of steel to use and actually to pick up as far as their preferences. So every type of steel has a little bit different as far as folks' preferences. And then you just got to figure out, okay, what do you actually use your knife for, and then kind of go from there. So this one, we're going to work with the hand sizing. So as far as that goes, it's going to be adult male hand, so across, and also at an angle. And then adult female hand, also across and an angle. And you can see really on this one, it's a really long handle blade. So this is going to be one that's going to be really for any type of hand size, whether small to extremely large hands. You can actually use this knife. This is actually the second time I'm doing this because I did this already, and then I went to transfer it from my phone to my computer, and I lost all audio. So doing this again for you guys. So, and sorry for some of the breaks in the content, but holidays coming up, or holidays that we're in, that's kind of some of the reason for that. Artisan Cutlery is really kind of trying to come out swinging. They're starting with some of the smaller tables, and then at the shows they're going to be moving into larger, more booth-like setups, more like we and some of the other major heavy hitters. So I guess check out them for the styles. One thing really nice about Artisan is they have the high-end knives, and then if you like the style, then they also offer lower end D2 and G10 version. So it's going to be same styling. It's just going to be offered in a lesser grade material at, of course, a more budget-friendly price as well. And so that's one thing nice about them. We're going to be seeing a few of these come through as far as the pass around for some of the high-end ones. So take a look at that. Stick around as well for those reviews. So we're going to look at some of the pull test on this one. So for this channel, I do utilize the line and pull gauge to actually do the weight on the actual flipper tab to see how much pressure it actually takes to actuate. And normally about 2 to 3 pounds is a pretty enjoyable amount of pressure that it takes to actually actuate a lock. So that one's a little bit over 3 pounds 1 ounce. So we'll try that one more time to see where that sits, because I did hit my hand a little bit for that, so that may have skewed the number. So 2 pounds 14. So that's still under that amount for it, so pretty good as far as that flipping action for it. One thing that I did notice though is as far as the liner lock disengagement, there's not really a chamfer here, which I would like to see for these, because in actually closing the knife, the pressure for the liner lock kind of does add a little bit of a indentation on my finger, which makes this not a fidget friendly knife for me. So that's where this one has as far as the opening ability for it. You're going to have the push button. You're going to also have the light switch for it. This one does not allow for any type of inertia drop for it, which is a good thing in many people's eyes for that blade. It also does have kind of this recessed area where you can do the rollout for it. So you're not going to be doing any type of middle finger flick, because that's not a through hole, but it is something that's available for the thumb. So as you see on this one, we're going to have the knife roll. So this one, because it's so long, you'll see in the picture that it really it bottomed out that area. So I need to go ahead and put it onto the side of the knife roll, so you can see actually how much is actually going to stick out, because it's not very much that sticks out. This is a deep carry pocket clip on this knife. So this one has listed for 5.11 ounces. I got 5.3 ounces for it. And then also for the grind on it was a very fine grit that they used for the grind itself. So you can see that in the picture as well. So for the actual length of the blade and the handle, we'll also look at that too. So this is the measurements that I got for the blade, as well as the height on the blade. And then we also do have for the handle as far as that length and also that height. So for this one, actually has for the sharpness test on it, this is the pass around knife as well, provided by Slicey Dicey. So as far as that coming from Artisan as well, this one is one that got a 257, which is still high in cutlery. So it's nothing that needs any type of work on it. It is a sharp edge for it, but it's not something that is like the razor edge, double-sided razor edge. This one goes for roughly about $59.24 to $64.49. MSRP is $69.99 for this one. So not a bad price for it, but that's kind of that range for that knife. We're going to look at some of the sizing for it. So as I said, this one is fairly large for the handle, and then we'll kind of see that as we go. So just for reference purposes, so we have the Rat 2 Then we have Delica. Then full-size Griptilian. And then one you might not be familiar with, but the Nemesis. This one is one that was customized. So the regular one would have a green scale on this one for this blade style. Actually a really nice one to check out. So the best price that I found was on White Mountain Knives. I believe was the one that I got it from. So that one I would recommend at that price point that you get from them. And also the Perpetua. And then the Leak. And just because this one was actually one recommended by Choice Flooring Solutions for that utility knife, and it is awesome. So this is actually a button lock for a utility knife. Really nice for that one. So as far as opinions for the Artisan Cutlery, they are working through a lot of different designs for it. You're going to find something that you're going to like. A lot of their blades are a bit larger as far as my preference. And then for the liner lock, for not having that chamfering, this one would be a borrow in my book, just for that reason, because it's not something that I would kind of fidget with, not something that I would really want to use quite often. So I found that when I was actually carrying it around, I wasn't really fidgeting with it, and it wasn't really enjoyable for me, because I fidget with my knife more than I actually physically hard use it, or even cut down boxes and things. So that's kind of where I look at kind of the action, how it works, and also those little things there as far as how it functions for me, how it feels in hand. So hopefully you got some of the information for that, some of the specifications, and let me know as far as the comments down below as far as what you think. And then we do have those things coming up. As for the steel test, the Ozark Trail ones you saw from Walmart that are out now. And then let me know in the comments down below as far as anything else that you're looking to see. And thanks again for your time.